With us is Courtney Jones, Realtor, local board president of the NAREB. Good morning.
Good morning.
That NARB is too long for me. Can you just tell me what that means?
The National Association of Real Estate Brokers.
Oh, I should know that because I was a member at one point. People don't know that I have my broker's license. I never talk about it, but I've had my license for about 12 years.
We need you to talk about it, baby.
Yeah, I only use it for personal reasons. But that's another conversation. So what's going on with housing prices? I heard they're up.
Oh, yeah, no, housing prices are through the roof. But, I mean, as you can see, there's a lot more demand in the marketplace. There's a lot more funds in the marketplace, you know, between stimulus funds. You take into account interest rates are down. Mm-hmm. And then let's be really targeted, right? This pandemic, or should I say plandemic, that we've all been dealing with, folks have had a really change of mindset around living space. So the demand for more space is through the roof.
I didn't even think about that one. So how about supply? What's happening with the supply?
Well, and we all know from just the cycle of gentrification that's taking place, you know, once, you know, the ability to acquire move-in ready property starts to fade away, now you have the blighted property starts to increase, and we know the market value for that stuff has not increased. Mm-hmm. So now you end up taking working class families out of the marketplace because they can't afford. Because, you know, if you're looking at FHA stuff, those properties aren't going to appraise out.
Mm. Where do you think this is all going to take us? Where's it leading us? Hold on. Let's do before we go there. What should we be doing right now in light of? Why is this information important?
Oh, it's hugely important because at this point, the need for affordable housing is glaring. It's screaming at us. We've seen this be a problem systemically across the country for generations. But now it's time for those folks like yourself, myself, and others. We have to pick up the mantle to start acquiring more and more of these lots, new construction. You know, we need to start really looking at these blighted properties through the courts and housing authorities and land banks. You know, we really have to start making sure if we want to keep these communities affordable, we have to all get engaged to start acquiring and developing these properties. And it can't be onesies, twosies. We need, 35 developers to pick a hard-hit area to start really grabbing a piece of property and developing it so that the prices can be stable. Right. If it continues at this rate, most families won't be able to afford.
I hear what you're talking about, brother, but I need you to say it. I need you to take it all the way home. I hear what you're saying, but I need you to just say it. If you can say it, otherwise I'll say it for you. But I'd rather you just say it because you keep saying we. Who the hell is we, Courtney? Who are you talking about?
No. Hey, this is WVON. So we know that black people need to do it or black people won't be living here.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to just go ahead and say it all the way. All right.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
And then you also mentioned gentrification, and I like what you said, and not onesie twosies. Like we need to hit it real hard. Like it needs to.
Yes, there has to be a community trade association, faith-based, black elected official targeted plan. Mm-hmm. Let's be clear. We cannot sit on the sidelines as leaders of our communities, as black leaders of our communities, and sit back and kind of watch what's happening. I mean, when you talk to our membership.
Again, watch what happens. Watch what's happening again, because it's happened before.
Oh, no, it has. And in this particular juncture, it's going to be catastrophic because once you start calculating the amount of working class black families who are going to come out of post-COVID, because now you see we getting vaccines approved. In UK, the Pfizer vaccine has already been approved. So it's going to be a matter of time before the courts open up, before these moratoriums get removed. And now you're going to have folks staring at 11 months of not paying a mortgage or 11 months of not paying rent, and it's going to be a real life issue. So we have to be in position to take on this plight, or you can get ready. We'll be moving to the hundreds.
No, you'll be moving to the 200s.
Yeah, right. Or the 300s. Now that they're trying to create a railway,
You're gonna be out
folks will be moving to Kankakee.
I was going there. You're going to be in Bourbon.
Taking trains back into Chicago.
You're going to move in the cornfields. They're going to put affordable housing. I'm laughing, Courtney. Don't laugh with me. Don't do that. They already know how I am. Oh, wow. So we have to get ready. 773-591-1690 or 773-591-1690. Let's talk about the roles that we play in this. Let's talk about the participants. And as a realtor, tell me the role the realtor plays in this.
I'm going to just say, and well, you know, I'm a realtist. So I'm going to just say, as a realtist, I believe the real estate broker industry as a whole has to take a step back and really be cautious about seeing folks overpay for property. You know, we have to also pick up the mantle and become the developers and partner with solid general contractors to start looking at these vacant lots. Like you see these lots, you drive from the south suburbs to the west suburbs, and it's vacant lots all through these cities. So we have to really start working with our Black elected officials and our General Assembly, because this is a everybody problem, right? You see in San Francisco, it didn't happen overnight. That now you earn $700,000 and you barely can afford to own property in San Francisco.
Right.
So this is definitely a general population issue that's starting with the Black community and the Hispanic community.
Yeah.
We have to look at turning these vacant lots into affordable housing opportunities as a collective approach to keep the prices from exploding.
Yeah. and how to hold on to what we have.
Oh, that's the second piece. That's not a real second. It's really like a 1B.
It's first. First thing is a bird in the hand beats two in the bush. That's number one. Go ahead, Hannah.
So I'm just listening to the conversation, learning so much right now. So I'm thankful for this conversation. I hear you talking about purchasing lots. And so I guess my question is, if more people in the community started purchasing lots, where are they getting the funds to develop these projects?
Yes, great question. So there are, and we have to, as a Black community, and I'm going to put the onus on our housing counselors as well as our Black real estate brokers to really start pounding knowledge about what are the CDFIs, right? Our community development financial institutions, you know, who are supposed to be the vehicles that lend money for social impact purposes. Those are the dollars that can actually help stimulate these purchases. Then secondarily, you have your 203K products on the mortgage side that are acquisition and mortgage rehabilitation products.
I'm sorry. Let me jump in. Just hold right there. We're talking about financing. We need to do traffic and weather. We'll be right back. Courtney Jones, a Realtist, local board president, NAREB. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I think we stopped off at you were talking about financing, if you recall where you left off.
Yes. So no, I was just actually getting into the second piece, which is the 203K product and how we have a streamlined version, we have an FHA version, and then now you have the conventional piece. And I just think from where we sit to answer the question, we have to really start looking at getting the end user, the family, closer to the equity, the earned money in the transaction, closer together.
Okay. So what do you mean by that, closer together?
Meaning if I'm a developer and I acquire a property through a tax sale, I acquire a piece of a vacant lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do new construction. Odds are by the time I sell it to the family, I would be the one to realize the equity in the transaction. But now if the family were to be able to go directly to the Cook County Land Bank, acquire the property, and develop it, then the family would realize the equity. So if something went wrong with the property, or, you needed to have a line of credit for emergency purposes to start a business or to offset school funding, the family wouldn't be so destitute as life throws you a curveball.
Right. Cut out the middleman.
There you go.
Be your own boss. 773-591-1690 or 773-591-1690. Yes, Hannah.
So, Courtney Jones, I know you said developers are the ones who need to, get into these projects and start utilizing the land available from the Cook County Land Bank. But for your average person that may want to get involved in this, that's not a developer, not a realtor, what does it take to acquire those skills to get the job done?
See, now that's a great question, because everything from all industry aspects, from getting a mechanic, going to a dentist, going to a doctor, a personal trainer, is really about credible referrals, right? So if I'm a lawyer by trade, that doesn't make me an expert in development, but I have passive income enough to invest to get a affordable housing unit together. I would then just work through a network like the Dearborn Realtors Board to find myself a credible lender, a credible general contractor that have teams and resources where I could still stay being a real estate attorney or a criminal attorney while also jumping in this fight to create affordable housing and make money at the same time.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, so essentially you need a good team. If you don't know,
that's it. You
need a good team, a credible team. 773-591-1690. You can phone in if you like, Whitney, or I know there are other realtors and investors who are listening right now to the show, sitting back like, all right. 773-591-1690. Let's go further into that team. I'd like to really press upon us as Black folk about one, working as a team, but also just being credible. Because there's I'll share my thoughts, but I'll let you start, Courtney. I'll spare my thoughts for now, rather.
No, I'm just going to say, I'll give you an example. We have the Community Receivership Training Program, which is like one of a kind in Chicago, that's done nowhere else in the country currently. And that is about the team approach. It's about bringing a real estate attorney, a general contractor, an appraiser, a mortgage banker, a housing counselor, a property manager, a real estate broker. You name all of the different spokes that make up the wheel of a real estate transaction. And we get them educated on the court system of how you motion up issues, you bring in your scope of work, you have your access to capital, no different than in a regular transaction, your proof of funds, right? And now, before you know it, we're having folks in the city of Chicago, Black real estate professionals, acquiring property through the receivership/forfeiture statute that just a matter of years ago, it would have been an anomaly for one or two people to participate in that program. Right. So it's that coming together gives us that experience, right? I don't have to have 10 years in construction if you have it.
Right. Let's go to the lines. Miss Whitney is on the line. Hello, ma'am. How are thee?
Hey, Attorney Fenton. Hi, Courtney.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
So what's your share, ma'am?
So I just wanted to speak to the comments that were made about the role of the real estate broker. I think it's an important conversation to have, right? Because our real estate brokers are supposed to be the guiding light to being able to see these shifts in the community. So being able to purchase property, making sure that the property has equity, being able to guide the buyers and sellers on what's going to be most beneficial to the community. The biggest thing that has to happen, though, is our brokers have to be educated. And one thing I love about the Realtors organization, which I'm a part of, is that they are consistently educating. As brokers, the motivation cannot simply be, commission. It has to be, how are we going to own in these communities? How are we going to shift it? There are so many things that we see even right now with the values of property going up. Values and prices are going up in so many communities, and yet our communities are still suffering when it comes to appraisal.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? We have to, like Courtney was just speaking about, we have to infiltrate those industries. It's not just on the role of the real estate broker, right?
Yeah. I can go.
We need more
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, because we're going to run out of time. I understand that part. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have a minute on the other side, but in case we do not, Courtney, how do we find out more information?
Oh, no, big time to what she's saying. I mean, I would just say, one, with the Dearborn Realtors Board, get involved if you're in the real estate industry or you have a passion to invest in real estate. That's one. But two, we're also as a board pushing to get more Black appraisers hired and involved, because if we continue letting folks evaluate our property by looking at our skin, we're going to lose.
We have to go to break right now. Hold the line real quick, though. Hannah's going to give us some news and we'll be right back.